Hello, I'm Thomas Ryan of the Lean Farmer, and welcome to another exciting video. One of the things I love on the farm is building chicken coops, and we have built a bunch of them. We've had chickens for, I don't know, 15 years now or something like that, and we've had big chicken coops, we've had little chicken coops, we've had skinny chicken coops, we've had tall chicken coops. We've had them all different shapes and sizes, and today I'm going to show you our newest coop, and it is the Lean chicken coop, so check it out. Okay, so the coop is roughly 7 foot tall, 4 foot wide, and then 8 foot long. The bottom is 3 feet tall, and that is one of the improvements that I made on some of my older chicken coops. I always made that shorter, and if you had to get up in there, oh man, it was real pain. So I love making improvements, and that's what Lean is all about, small improvements. And so on this design, we have a lot of them, and that is a big one, is giving myself more space there when I get up underneath of it. When I was in the shop, I had these wheels on it to roll it around, and that made it a lot easier. Anytime you got wheels on something, that makes it easier, and that's one of the things you'll see a lot with Lean improvements, is making things flexible and movable. And then when we moved this out of the shop up to here, we had some big giant wheels that we put on it to make it easy to move up here. So one of my favorite parts about this coop is the window. It's the first time I've ever put a window in a coop, but I have it facing southwest so it'll catch the morning sun. And during the winter, chickens don't lay eggs as frequently because there's not as many hours of daylight. So that's another reason why I wanted the window in the coop. And then I've positioned it so the nest box is on the north side of the coop, because when they lay eggs, they like to be in a dark, kind of quiet place. So there'll be light that shines into the far corner, but it shouldn't shine into this corner to make it more appealing for them to lay eggs. And then the window is actually an old window out of our house, so that's kind of cool. And then the other thing that I love about this is the way the window is in there, as I've got this molding around the window. All I have to do is unscrew that, slide that out, and the window just falls right out. So if I need to replace the window, it'll be super easy to replace. The inside of the coop has a ton of space for the chickens. Of course, you can get the other side of the window. Here's the nest boxes. One of the other things I did with the nest boxes that I thought was pretty cool is I made each nest box a different size, because we have a lot of variety of chickens. We've got small ones, tall ones, skinny ones, fat ones. And so each of them will have a preference probably to the size nest box they want. And I think that's gonna come in real handy when they get old enough to lay chicken eggs. So this is also new for one of our chicken coops. We put a nest box on the outside. Like I said, I made them different sizes. Got it hinged up here, and I'm looking forward to this. One of getting eggs out of there. One of the other things that we did when we leveled the coop up is we actually intentionally left a little slant coming in this direction. And that way, when the chickens lay their eggs, they'll probably naturally roll in this direction. A lot of times people do that with coops. That way it'll make it a lot easier when you go to get the chicken eggs. Another improvement from a predator standpoint is we've got a really good tight 5-strand barbed wire fence that sweeps all the way around here. And you know, of course, different predators can get through, and that fence runs all the way down there. But a good tight barbed wire fence like that, and there is even electric wire on the bottom that will help keep some of the predators out. And then we've got the bricks underneath of it. That rooster's having a great time. We've got some bricks underneath of it to help keep any critters out of from getting underneath of it. One of the other improvements is the way this land lays right here. There's a little dip right here, and so I put this coop just like it is positioned so that it'll help the water drain out. That was another big thing when I was laying the coop out. Okay, so one of the other improvements that we made is this is a little door. I will not use this little door that often. It's only here to, if I need to, you know, clean out the coop, or if there happens to be an egg laying up in this corner, I can get to it. But what I love about it is it's kind of small, but you can still get up in there. And then I used fast cap power mags for magnets on the door, and it is awesome. And I got a little strip of metal right here, so when it closes, it is tight. Nothing can open that. And that's a great improvement for this coop. Now, when I put the magnet in, I just took a little keyhole bit, drilled a hole, and then I put some glue, and then I placed the magnet in there so it's in good and flush and good and tight. And then, of course, like I said, I got this little strip of metal, and that's what closes with the magnet. Okay, so one of the other improvements deals with the ramp. I used to just let those hang down and touch the ground, but on this one, if you look real close, I've got like a little hook right there, and there's a wire that goes up from there, and I'll show you on the inside in a second, but then I've got another hook right here on this screw, but I can also pull this up and hook it on another screw, and then I can basically close the ramp. So what I did to help with the doors, I just put a pulley in here, drilled a hole in the floor so the wire runs down, and then of course, like I said, there's the hook. So it's a pretty awesome improvement. So I also have magnets on this door, and I used another power mag up here at the top. It's kind of hard to see because of the sun, but there's another power mag. And this is awesome because normally when you come open one of these coops, you have to have a handle there. And if you've got a bunch of stuff or you're trying to carry eggs or something like that, you're always fussing with a handle, and that's just waste. So now I literally have where I can just come down and pop the door open. Eventually I'll get me a handle on it just to pull it open, but not the kind that you have to fuss with unhooking it or swinging it around. So I'm pretty excited about that. Also used magnets on this door down here. And so you can get a good inside shot of the coop with all the different chickens. And again, this just makes it a lot easier when you're trying to open the door and you're not having to fuss with much. And then of course, I got the little chicken coop door. And there you can see the chickens. I've got some more magnets piled up right here. And then I've got a magnet on the back side of the door. You can hear it click, and that holds it shut. So I'm really happy about that. That looks pretty awesome. Okay, so one of the other improvements that we made is normally when you put the chicken wire on, you know, you put it on and then you have to take like staples and you staple the chicken wire to the frame. And I always hated that. It was a pain in the butt, and then I always smashed my fingers. So this time instead, I basically laid the wire out, and then I took the molding and laid on top of the wire and screwed it on top of the chicken wire. So if I ever need to replace this, it's gonna be real easy. I take out the screws that hold these boards in here, pop that off, roll out the chicken wire, cut it to size, and then screw those back on, and I'm good to go. Don't smash any fingers, and it should take just a fraction of the time. So that's another great improvement that we made on this coop. And one of the other improvements that we made as far as the position of the coop, we've got some nice locust trees here that offers a little bit of shade during the summer, and it should make it nicer for the chickens when we start letting them free range. So that was, you know, a lot of thought went into that, where we put it. And again, those are all small improvements that we kept trying to think of as we built the chicken coop. The roof is kind of cool. It's actually tin from the big barn that we had that got blown down basically by a little tornado. It does actually have a little bit of slope to it. You can't really tell, but it does have a little bit of slope. And one of the future improvements is we'll put a gutter there to help catch water and then make it easier to water the chickens. All right, so there you go, the lean chicken coop. Thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you don't have any chickens, think about getting you some chickens. They're pretty fun to have in your backyard. And it's nice to be able to walk out there and grab some eggs and walk right inside and scramble them up for breakfast. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video.